All right, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get clapping. Let them hear it. Woo! Welcome, everybody, to the Expanding Horizons Gala. Folks, this is a global gala. We are global right now. We here in this ballroom are sending the warmest welcome to those of you joining us on the live stream. So let's set the mood right now for this evening. We're in this together. We're operating under one powerful theme right now for the evening. And it is simple. It's ready to launch. Let me ask you a question. Are you ready to launch this gala? Oh, perfect. Well, I am your host for the evening. My name is Latoya Edwards. I'm the morning anchor for NBC 10 Boston. And most importantly, I have been an EVkid since I was 12 years old. All right, so raise your hand if this is your first time ever attending the Expanding Horizons Gala. Oh, I love you. Thank you for coming. Well, let me speak for the team here for a moment. We're so happy to have you here in this room, and welcome to our family. We're a little unusual, but we're fun. I promise you, you will smile, you will laugh, maybe you'll be moved to tears, and most importantly, you will be inspired by this evening. So let's give the newcomers a warm welcome and applause right now. And we haven't forgotten our team who comes back year after year. Raise your hand and make some noise if you previously attended this gala. You know, I'm so ecstatic to be back hosting this gala with you here at the wonderful Charles Hotel. So good to see your beautiful faces, get some hugs, take some pictures. And I have to say, I don't know, I hope you've been great because I have to share with you what a year it's been personally for me. Can I share some good news with you for a moment? All right. Well, in June, I'm proud to share that I earned my second Emmy as a journalist. And then the next month, I earned my first prestigious Edward R. Murrow Award for a documentary on Black women in hair. Hold the applause. We got some things to talk about. So this spring, I was named to Boston Magazine's 150 most influential Bostonians. And just last week, in front of 1,800 leaders in Boston, I was awarded a coveted New Englander of the Year medal from the New England Council. So I share that with you, certainly not a brag, but to put in focus what we're doing tonight. To put in focus what EVkids are doing in this world. Before I accomplished any of those things, I was a 12-year-old getting on the EVkids van, going to summer camp in Vermont, going to tutoring during the school year. EVkids didn't just help me prepare for the SATs, they drove me there and they picked me up. EVkids didn't just help me prepare for college, they moved me in my dorm and then attended my graduation. They have been there from my wedding, through the birth of my children, to the untimely death of my mom as support. Once you're in the family, there's no getting out. But in a good way, a supportive way. And the irony is here, that my story is not unique. EVkids expanding the horizons of thousands of kids. They're doing this every single day. EVkids is doing miracle work on really minimal dollars. They're creating magic and instilling confidence and developing the next generation of leaders. If you believe in supporting this excellent mission of EVkids, if you believe in helping EVkids get our young people ready to launch positive, successful lives for decade after decade and generation after generation, I know you're eating, but put your forks down. Stand up right now. Stand up unless you can't. Stand up on your feet right now. I want you to get ready to stomp your feet if you want, to cheer loudly right now. Clap your hands as boisterously as possible. Let's give it up for EVkids! Yes! All right, thank you. You can sit down, enjoy your meal. So I do have some housekeeping notes because it's about a little fundraising that we're going to do later on. So here are the notes I have. Those of you here in this room can click on the donate button within the auction to make a gift at any time. And if you haven't logged into the auction yet, there should be a text on your phone, or you can scan one of the QR codes on the table throughout the room. Also, if you're joining us virtually, I'm looking at you folks, donate and tickets button, hit that. It's either above me or right below me. It'll stay on the screen all night. And our goal here, it's a lofty goal, but we've done a lot of work so far, and I thank you for that. Our goal for the evening is $225,000. Currently, we're at $35,000. So we can meet our goal with your help tonight, and I hope you will join us tonight, because again, this is all a partnership. So, can you feel the passion I speak when I talk about the magic of EVkids? Can you feel it? Yeah. Well, imagine growing up with parents who founded this outstanding organization. Imagine being among the first camp counselors and tutors. Imagine going off to law school while still maintaining a deep connection to EVkids. Imagine becoming a lawyer but still being drawn to the call of service that is EVkids. I'm describing our first speaker of this gala. Please give a rousing welcome to the stage right now for EVkids Executive Director Eric Thompson, everybody.
Welcome, friends, old and new. Tonight we celebrate long-term relationships that we all need to launch and be successful. EVkids has been nurturing those relationships with under-resourced Boston students for over 40 years. Starting with summer camp in Vermont, adding one-on-one tutoring in partnership with local universities, and for the last 5 years, offering college success mentoring for our high school graduates who are all first-generation college attendees. Talk about long-term relationships. EVkids is now able to follow students from 3rd grade all the way through college graduation. Now, we can do this because of this community of support that is so well represented in the room tonight. So first, thank you to the Board of Directors, including EVkids co-founders, Mary Claude and Brian Thompson, who are in the room tonight. I want to thank our wonderful EVkids staff who are passionate, dedicated, and believe so strongly in the mission of EVkids day in and day out. Thank you. Thank you to our passionate tutors, mentors, camp counselors, many of whom are in the room tonight. Thank you to our EVkids program partners, many of whom are also in the room tonight, from our 4 after-school sites, Harbor Point, thank you. Mother Caroline Academy, thank you. St. Teresa Church, thank you. And the DeWitt Center in Roxbury, thank you. This evening would not be as successful as it is every year without our gala sponsors. In particular, in the room, our presenting sponsors from J2 Interactive, the Harbor Point Community Task Force, thank you. Cambridge Savings Bank, thank you. And all our donors, including many, many alumni, thank you. And finally, our EVkids students and families, many of whom are in the room tonight, with whom we partner for their success every day. Thank you for your hard work. So let me ask you again, are we ready to launch? So a slight correction to the numbers we have already raised. We've raised $190,000. We have $35,000 to raise, and we can do it tonight. So thank you for being with us in this endeavor. Our first honoree tonight is Miguel Perez Luna, receiving this year's Alumni Service Award. Miguel tutored for his 4 years at Harvard. He was also a student coordinator for EVkids. He has served on the board of directors of EVkids since 2017 and is currently co-chair of the DEI committee. Now, to say a few words about Miguel and help me present the award, I'd like to invite up Alvaro Berganza, if he could come up to the stage with me. Alvaro participated in EVkids tutoring for 9 years. And Miguel was his tutor for 4 of those years. And so I'd like to have Alvaro say a few words and then invite up Miguel for the award. You need your script? Yeah. Okay. Right there. Yep.
Thank you for having me today. Having here. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for having me here today. I wanted to share a few words about my former tutor, Miguel Perez Luna. We spent 4 years together in EVkids tutoring program, and the moments that I enjoyed the most were the chances we just got to know each other. We would write and draw silly things together, like the Perry dog, which became an inside joke. It was one of those simple moments that I appreciated the most. Miguel was really nice, funny, and caring. He cared about how I was doing in school, even after I completed the EVkids program and went off to college. With that, I am honored to be here today and present the Alumni Service Award to Miguel.
And that was a surprise, right, Eric? That he didn't know that it was a surprise. So he didn't know his 2T was going to introduce him. Wasn't that super shocking? Yes. How beautiful. Just a little magical EVkids moment. All right. So next up is another award. It's our very special Youth Champion Award, and we have the perfect person to introduce the honoree, one of my personal champions, Diana Rodriguez. Diana has a moral compass that's unmatched. She was my caring and committed volunteer tutor, class of '89 at Harvard. Diana is an exceptional, dedicated maternal fetal medicine specialist. She served several terms on the EVkids board and chair of the Gala committee for the last 13 years. Please give a loving welcome to the phenomenal Diana Rodriguez.
Hi, everyone. So I get to introduce Dr. Rajni LaRocca. She's very special. She was born in India, raised in Kentucky, and now lives in the Boston area, where she practices medicine. and also writes award-winning books for young people. She's a graduate of Harvard College and Harvard Medical School, trained in internal medicine at Massachusetts General Hospital, working as a primary care internal medicine physician since 2001. She's an award-winning author for young people, including Red, White, and Whole, won a 2022 Newbery Honor, the Walter Dean Myers Award, the Golden Kite Award, and New England Book Award. You're amazing. So please join me, everyone, in congratulating Rajani LaRocca as this year's youth champion. With all the hours that you have.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, first of all, to everyone at EVkids for this incredible honor. I'm so delighted to be here with you tonight. So when I thought about this year's theme, Ready to Launch, I thought that I would tell you a story, the story of how I launched myself into becoming an author. So as mentioned, I was born in India and immigrated to the US as a baby. And for the most part, I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky in the 70s and 80s. And I loved it there. I was a happy kid. I loved my school, my friends, my community. But sometimes I felt like two different people. I felt like an American at school with my friends, and I felt like an Indian on the weekends because I spent most of my weekends with my parents in our Indian American community. So sometimes I wondered which version was the real me, the weekday American or the weekend Indian. And sometimes I wondered whether either version was the real me. So we had no other relatives in the US, so seeing family meant traveling across the world. And every few years we would spend summers in India with my incredibly loving family. But walking down the street in Bangalore, it was clear that I wasn't truly Indian either. So sometimes I wondered whether there was a place anywhere in the world where I truly belonged. As a child, I loved reading. I loved realistic stories, mysteries, historical fiction, sci-fi, fantasy, you named it. I also loved comic books, including Indian comics called Amar Chitra Kathas, which tell stories from Indian history, mythology, and literature. And they taught me about my own culture in a way that I can't express how important it was to me. I also loved math and science. Can you tell I loved a lot of things? And there was an illustrated book called Ouch, all about cuts and other hurts, that inspired me to study medicine from a very young age. So I wrote creatively, essays, poems, even plays, throughout middle and high school. And one day when I was in my creative writing class in high school, I told my teacher, Mr. Hertzfeld, I said, you know, I really love writing, but I know this is not going to be my career. I really hope someday I get to go to medical school. I really want to be a doctor. And he said something to me that changed my whole life. He said, who says you have to choose? And the next day, he brought in all these books that were written by authors who happened to be doctors. And so that planted a seed in my head that sprouted many years later. And the seed was the idea that I didn't have to give up something I loved in order to do something else I loved. So when it was time to apply to college, even though I'm an only child and my parents knew they would miss me, they told me to go wherever I wanted and that they would support me. So I came here to Massachusetts and I never left. I met my husband Lou our freshman year at Harvard. And we became really good friends, and then maybe a little bit more than friends. And he was an EVkids tutor starting freshman year. And that was the start of my relationship with EVkids and all the wonderful work that they do. So I'm just so delighted about that. In college, sticking to my theme of loving many things, I was a government major who also was pre-med. And in my senior year, I remember taking a class called The Literature of Social Reflection, taught by an esteemed professor, Robert Coles, and threw myself into reading and writing personal essays, many of which had to do with the time that I spent with my family in India. And writing those essays stirred something in me, but I didn't know what it was exactly. Then I went to medical school, and I had no time for writing, and barely any time for reading beyond anything, beyond the science that I had to cram into my head. So writing took a back seat, and it stayed that way through medical school, and then residency, and then young motherhood. It wasn't until about 2011, when my kids were in school and I'd been practicing internal medicine for a while, that I thought, how do I go back to being creative? So I started taking writing classes, online at first, but then in person. And it became obvious to me that I wanted to write books for kids because the stories that I read when I was a kid were the ones that had the biggest influence on my life. So I met these other writers, we formed critique groups, and when you have friends saying, what happens next, you have to keep going. You have to figure out what happens next, and you have to write it. So eventually I finished and revised a novel called Midsummer's Mayhem, which can be briefly described as a mashup of A Midsummer Night's Dream and Cupcake Wars. And I sent out query letters to lots of literary agents. And I have to tell you, as a person who had been reasonably successful in life up until that point, getting rejection after rejection and no after no really wasn't easy for me. At one point, after many revisions to the story, I had several agents who were interested in reading the whole thing, and after that, I didn't get a no, I didn't get a yes, I got nothing. I didn't know the term ghosted back then, but that's how I felt. It was really discouraging. So one day in 2017, I was in the kitchen with my kids, and I told them that I was giving up on writing, or at least on being published. I said, look, no one's getting back to me and it's making me really sad. I already have a job, and I have you two, I have your dad and the dog. I have enough to be getting on with. And my kids said to me, they said, Mom, we've read your stories, and we think they're wonderful, and we think other kids will too. And then they also said, you know, you always told us that when we really wanted to do something and people told us no, that we should keep trying, that we shouldn't give up. So when your own children, when your own children give you advice that you once gave them, you have to listen. So I didn't give up, and sure enough, within a few months, I signed with my agent. So I just want to pause here and spend a moment thinking about mentorship. So we often think about a mentor as somebody older or more experienced than we are, a parent, a teacher, or a professor. And we think about the relationship going from the mentor to the mentee, right? But that relationship goes two ways, right? Mentees teach mentors as much as we teach them. And that is true in particular, of children who remind us of what it is to have purity of heart and purpose. So since that day, I've sold over 25 books, 15 of which are already out in the world. I write middle grade novels for people ages 8 to 13 and picture books for the young and the young at heart. Some of my themes in my books include family, friendship, coming to terms with feelings of displacement and identity, as well as nonfiction books on medical topics and about math and science, because I love them. When I wrote Red, White, and Whole, the idea started in my head as a metaphor, the metaphor of blood and all that it means in terms of biology, but also in terms of family and community. Written in verse, Red, White, and Whole is set in 1983 and is about a 13-year-old girl. I was 13 in 1983. Whose name is Reha, who feels torn between the worlds of her Indian immigrant parents and her friends at school. Like any American teen, she wants to listen to awesome music, wear cool clothes, go to a middle school dance. But her parents, especially her mom, feel that she has better things to do with her time. So Reha is struggling with this when she learns that her mother has been diagnosed with a kind of blood cancer called leukemia, and her whole world turns upside down. She feels that if she could just be the perfect daughter, the daughter that her parents want her to be, that she can somehow save her mother's life. So Although this is a work of fiction, the emotions in the story were lifted directly from my own life, being torn between the Indian and American sides of myself, wondering whether I truly belonged, and contending with my own mother's serious injury in a car accident when I was a teen. So Red, White, and Whole is a story about being caught between here and there, before and after, and finding a way to be whole. And in it, I hope to convey to readers that we can be stronger because of, and not just despite, the things that we struggle with. So Red, White, and Whole is a book of my heart, in case you can't tell, and I've been so honored by the many accolades it's received. When I was a kid, as much as I loved books, I never saw myself an Indian American in a book, not in the US and not in India. So maybe some of you in this room understand how that feels. Maybe some of you still feel that way. It wasn't until I was an adult that I finally read a book about somebody like me, and it was world-changing. And that is why I write what I write, so that people like me can see themselves in the pages of a book and realize that they can be the heroes of their own stories, and so people who aren't exactly like me can feel the same way and understand how much we share. So I'm going to end with some advice for those of you who are getting ready to launch or helping someone else to launch. First of all, I want to remind everyone that none of us is just one thing. That although we may be torn between different parts of ourselves, we can still be whole people. I'm an example of that. I want everyone in this room and watching and listening tonight to know that we belong. Right here in this room, in this state, in this country, on this earth. And we have the power and the obligation to create communities in which everyone feels they belong, no matter what we look like, where we come from, how much money we have, what language we speak, what religion we practice, or who we love. And finally, I want to say that we are all constantly telling stories about ourselves, and to each other all the time. And so I challenge you, mentee or mentor, young or less young, to ask yourself, what is my story and how do I want to tell it? Maybe you'll tell it in a classroom, or maybe you'll tell it in a boardroom, on a sports field, on stage, in an art studio, in a science lab, in music, or in writing. But whatever your story is, make sure you tell it, because the world needs to hear it. We are all creative creatures, and I encourage you to all draw upon that creativity to launch the next phase of your life, whatever it may be. Thank you.
Dr. Origine LaRocca, you know how you have friends and then you see them do what they do a little bit and you're like, you are super cool. I am so impressed by you. You just elevate always. We love you. Thank you for your words. We are inspired. Yes, bravo. Wow. Can you just come whisper that in my ear like once a week? That was just really great. Thank you. Jeez. Okay, well, we're going to keep going right now. And evidenced by that long-lasting connection that Diana and I spoke about a moment ago, that tutor-TT connection, it's so crystal clear that EVkids has really perfected the art of matching up tutors with tutees. And I have something really special for you right now. It's a little interactive thing we want to have for you. I want to introduce you to two remarkable tutoring pairs exemplifying what EVkids is all about, fostering and enduring compassionate connections. So let me tell you a little bit about our teams here. First up is Destiny and Lexi. Destiny and Lexi, they've been paired together since the spring of 2020, making this their 4th year together. They stuck together through virtual tutoring. Can you imagine how that went during COVID. Personal ups and downs. Lexi's busy student teaching schedule and Destiny's extracurricular, such as soccer, such as Boston Black Student Union, such as Step Club. Their commitment to one another has always driven them to make it work. And this next fact, as I learned about them, kind of moved me to tears when I first read it. Though Lexi graduated UMass Boston last year, she's still tutoring this year to stick with Lexi, and to stick with Destiny through her high school career. That's the EV way, EVkids way. So both Destiny and Lexi have grown over the years with each other, and they support each other. Thanks also to Destiny, her mom, Avalon, crucial partner in making sure the tutoring worked for their special pair. Let's give it up right now as you meet Destiny and Lexi, everybody. Come on up, stand right here, stand right here. They're so great. Don't worry, don't worry. All right, so you guys are gonna stand there. That's one pair. We're gonna talk to them together. And I also want you to hear about another pair. Look, aren't they gorgeous? They're just awesome. We love them so much. I also want you to hear from another pair. And they are Nadia and Shirley, who are on their 5th year of tutoring together. During the height of COVID-19 pandemic, Shirley had to return to China, her home. Again, I want to highlight the unmatched dedication of the EVkids program in this next fact. Despite the significant 12-hour time zone difference between Boston and China, Shirley was up at 2 a.m. every week for their tutoring sessions. Even though Shirley has now graduated from Boston College, she still is continuing to support Nadia while working locally as Nadia prepares for high school next year. Thank you again to Nadia's mom, Deborah, who has helped support this pair's relationship. Give it up for Nadia and Shirley, everybody. Welcome now to the Oprah show, the LaToya show, where I interview them both. Okay. Number one, thank you so much for coming and being a guest on my show. All right, so we'll start with you guys first. And I want to make sure, can I borrow one of your microphones here for a sec? Thank you. Okay.
There we go.
Here you go, my love.
Thank you.
All right. Get over here. So this is Lexi, and this is Destiny. Hi, everybody.
Nice.
So Lexi, I'll have you start first. You were a student at UMass Boston, and you were so busy, and you decided to still fit in your time to give back. And I know one of the reasons why you did that is because you grew up in Chicago.
Yes.
And it was teachers who stood up for you. You were once at a school that you felt like they didn't care. Mm-hmm. You said you went to middle school and you didn't even know how to divide. And then you got into this great school and you said they never gave up on you. You wanted to give back. Tell me about that.
So, like she said, I grew up in Chicago, a very underprivileged area, unfortunately. Eventually, I did move in high school, very great for me. But unfortunately, I went to school where I didn't have a lot of resources that other people do have. And I really didn't care about school. I didn't try. And then I went to a high school where I had teachers that refused to give up on me. And that's something that I want to give to other people because I can honestly say I would not be here today. Also, something about me is my mother passed away when I was young. So the support I had from my teachers is honestly something that I could never return the gratitude that I have. So I would like to continue to do this as I get older and help other students.
Beautiful. And so you got paired up with our girl Destiny here. And what do you get out of this special bond?
I'm just as excited to go to tutoring as Destiny is. I'll be entirely honest. Destiny tells me things about her day, but I'm just as excited to be sometimes I'll be like, oh yeah, I had this interview this week, and then I'll tell her about it, and I'll go next week, and I found out that I got it, and I was like, oh my God, Destiny, you wouldn't believe it. I accomplished this thing. I'm just as excited to tell her about what's going on in my life as she is in my life. She has also taught me, I'm a teacher, I go into teaching, and she's really helped me kind of develop my skill and work on my craft, and also just kind of figure out what I want to do in later in my life. So I honestly I get just as much out of it from this program as she does.
You guys are so cute together. Nice. All right. So, Destiny, I want you to talk really quickly about your connection to Lexi. What do you admire about Lexi?
I admire. What's your phone? There you go. Sorry, y'all. You got this. Hi. Hello, everyone. With Lexi, I admire the comfortability that I feel with her. I feel like through this experience, I've gained a friend as well as like someone who helps me with my homework and stays on me about procrastinating all the time. I'm pretty sure any high school student can relate. But I'm really happy to have Lexi to fall back on with my opinions. I know that we're like so closely knit, and I just feel like EVkids helped us make this perfect match that we have. I'm really happy to see her graduate, see her accomplishments that she makes, such as like when she tells me about her interviews and like her teaching experience, as well as like me telling her about soccer all the time, or like giving this speech right now, which I'm really kind of nervous about. But, you know, it's a really big accomplishment to make, so I'm really happy that I get to like fall back on her and have her here to watch me do these things and grow.
Bravo, my love. And we'll just close out with this, for this pairing. So they've been with each other through so many different things. I remember there was an incident with the teacher that you guys worked it out, and you said, you know what, you supported her. Just tell the folks, because I want you to know about, again, we're going to ask you for an investment tonight, and I want you to see the aspirations and what children are going to do from EVkids. Tell them what you're going to be when you're a senior. So once you are wrapping up and you graduate college, what are you going to do? Hold it. No, this is quiet. Go ahead. Say it.
Oh, once I graduate college, I plan to study in marine biology, and I want to be an oceanographer when it's my That was fun.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so here's your microphone. Oh, actually, I'll borrow that one over there. Okay, thank you. All right, stay right here. Hold this. Thank you. All right. Now to our other pairing right here, and I wanted to have you step back a little bit, Shirley, because I want them to see you guys. You're so delicious. Okay. So next up, we have Nadia and Shirley, and they are so exceptional. Now, we read this fact. So you had to go home during COVID, but you didn't want to give up on tutoring with Nadia. So tell us about that. How'd you make that work?
Yeah, this is working. So I started tutoring pre-COVID when I was a freshman at BC, and then I really enjoyed it. I was also the only child in my family, so I never experienced with just having a younger sister there. And I feel like even just in the first year, it's not just me teaching her schoolwork. It's a lot about me like improving and like listening about her, because I didn't go to school here before college, so it was a lot of learning for the cultures here and like how people are doing different things in here. And she definitely taught me a lot about it. So I decided to go on for the second year because I just don't want to lose her, you know.
So you'd wake up at 2 in the morning?
Like technically 4 or 5 a.m. usually.
My math is horrible. I'm
No,
so
you're
sorry.
fine. Sort of. I mean, that's okay. It's sort of like you're like doing morning like news reports. It's kind of like that, but yeah.
Exactly. Of course. Definitely. And you know what I love? These guys, we talked before, and they have such a cute connection as well. Well, and a strong connection. Nadia, at one point, you said that Shirley was there for you when you were dealing with bullying.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, Muffin.
So like the transition to elementary school to middle school was a little hard for me. We came back from COVID, and you know, we're dealing with new people, so it would be very stressful because my class is really small, so we would spend like the whole day around each other. And at the end of the day, tutoring, it was really, you know, nice to have somebody to vent to that like understands kind of how I feel, that's not my age, and that, you know, won't be able to pick sides and won't tell me like, oh, that's just children's stuff. Like, you know, someone that could actually relate to me and that I can vent to and talk with me through it and get through my issues.
I love it. Good job, cutie pie. So just really, what do you love about having Shirley as your quote-unquote big sister?
I like having someone there that not only is just to help me with homework and, you know, talk about school, someone on the outside that, like, I can bring them in and, like, tell them about everything. Like, I like that big sister feeling, because I don't have a big sister, I have a big brother. We know how that is. So, like, it's great to, you know, learn about her and learn like what it's like, feel what it's like to have somebody, you know, older than you. And it's great to have that feeling and, like, you know, learning about her too, learning, you know, the culture differences, you know, things that we have similar and what we have different. So I think it's, you know, I really like that.
And just to give you one, and we'll put a final pin on this with Shirley. You're employed now. You're out in the world. What are you doing now?
I'm a full-time software engineer right now.
So you don't have a lot of time, and so so it's not a heavy job. It's an easy job, and you get no, and yet you find time to still make the commitment to stay with Nadia. And why do you do that?
I feel like 8th grade is definitely very important, especially through EVkids. I've, outside of tutoring, they have the tutor trainings. I got to know a little bit more about Boston Public Schools and the high school application, which really stressed me out. I talk about this with my coworker at work, and they ask me like, why am I still doing volunteering from college? And I talk through them about the high school application Nadia is facing. And then they're like, wow, that entirely looks like a college application. So I feel like, wow, like if I were her, I definitely feel like it's really, really overwhelmed. So I definitely want her to have an extra support and then stay here like with me. And then I also wanted to see where she can get, because I definitely believe in her. She's gonna do great since I've seen her growth over the years. Yeah, but also my schedule is really flexible. I work with a global team. Like most of my teammates are across Ireland, India, and China. So like my closest teammates in Puerto Rico, so I'm pretty flexible. I'm like, yeah, I can just leave. Nobody will care. So, but I do talk to my manager like.
Your employer just texted me. He's concerned. No, just kidding.
No, they're also my company is really encouraging us to like do something good for. Outside of our work. So they're trying to achieve like 90% of volunteering, but they're only 50%. I'm helping them with the numbers. No, but like it's extremely flexible for me too. Like I'm on a job that doesn't require me to be on site like a journalist. Like I have like you have to sit in a studio.
I am a leader. No, just kidding.
Yeah, but overall I feel like it's 8th grade. It's gonna be really tough, and then I don't want her to be in this journey just alone. Yeah.
Shirley, Nadia, Destiny, Lexi, we love you. Thank you for being awesome Tutor 2Ts. Thank you for sharing your story. Let's give it up for them one more time. Bravo, 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 bravo. Let's take a quick picture. Great job. Thank you, Ray. Outstanding. And your dad was just on his feet just now, Lexa. He's so proud of you. All right, wasn't that wonderful? I could have gone on and on. That was great. All right, friends. I love you. Thank you. So, you saw the work that we're doing here. Now it's time, and I said this earlier when you guys were so kind to clap your hands and warm up, and I said that we're in a partnership together. Well, this is the time that I really am going to lean on you. And I'm going to ask you to stretch yourself. And maybe you've given because you're sitting in this room, so I know that you've given already, and you've got us to where you're trying to at least reach a goal, but also to surpass a goal here. So where do we stand right now? I'm looking at, where do we stand? I can't hear you. We're sitting at $192,000, everybody. Yes. But we still want to reach $225,000. And so we're going to do that in the next half an hour or so. Let's do that by simply we're warming up with a little paddle race. But before we do that, I want to see where, I want to remind you of some things. We have to auction off some live items. We'll make sure everybody knows how to do that. I invite you to pull out your phone, go to the auction site that you've signed up for earlier this evening. And I also want to check with Erin. So apparently, we texted you, forget the QR code. We texted you a link, and that's the way we're going to get you into the auction site. We want you to test out the donate button, or maybe hold up the back of your program. You have a number on the back. And we'll start by, I thank you so much for getting on your phone. You guys really listen. You're the best. I appreciate you. Do you see the text I'm talking about? And if you don't have the text, you have the back of your paddle, and I will call out and just hold it high. So we're going to do something right now. We're going to do a warm-up, and it's just very simple. It's $43 to celebrate 43 years of service at EVkids. So I want you to hold up your programs until I call out your number. Oh, sorry. I let you have your program here. I will just hold it up for the $1 million donation. This. All right. So you ready, everybody? Let's hold it up right. My Thompson table in the back. You guys are all there. I love you, family. All right. When I count to 3, I want you to just hold it up because we're going to take a picture with Robert right now. And I want as many hands I can get in the air as possible. I want you to hold up. Now, this is just honestly a Starbucks order. Let's just be honest these days with the prices, okay? So I'm going to count to 3. We're going to hold up for $43 for 43 years of service at EVkids. Let's hold it up right now. Let's get it going. Let's clap. Woo! Hold it up. Okay, I'm going to walk around. Let me hold 255, 242, 238, 250. Who do we have here? 239, 247, 248, 262, and Mamacita 246. Thank you. Who else are we holding up? Hold it up high. 234, cutie pie. 235, thank you. 114, my doll. Look at that smile. Where are you? 119, Pilar, thank you. 264, 172, 124, thank you. 159, thank you, gorgeous. 263, thank you. 157, 129, 180, congratulations on your award again, Miguel. 212, 233, 135, we thank you so much. 167, hey Jacqueline, 193, 245, let me see, excuse me, 195, thank you table, hi, 139, 126, if you're not donating, you're clapping, let's go, woo, 206, 254, 109, good to see you, 256, 205, we have 252, my vision's horrible, Shelby, 208, and 101, thank you so much, 148, 143, 117, let's let them hear it, come on, 136, 208, I love you, Brian, 152, hey Lou, 266, 218, thank you so much, 151, great to see you, 105, hey George, 213, hi Thalia, 106, 116, thank you so much, 215, where are you? Hey, 207, 142. Thank you. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Nice work. All right, that was just a warm-up, though. Okay. Let me see here. So are you ready? We have some really good, okay. Let me read my script because I don't want to mess this up. All right, so I also want to let you know about the silent auction. It'll be closing in 10 minutes. If you have gotten in on the silent auction and you have the winning bid, go bid against yourself right now. Because it's time to raise some money, okay? The silent auction will be closing in 10 minutes. Now it's time for some unique live auction items. They are listed at the end of your program. Remember, when you're ready to bid, take your program and hold up that back cover until I call out your number. One of our volunteers will come to stand near you to help me find you. Every bid supports EVkids and the work we're doing here. Shh. Thank you so much. Now, what I want to say is this. I know you come to these things, maybe you've been to them before, and you're like, oh, I don't know. It's time to show up right now. being an auctioneer is not the thing I normally do. I read breaking news every day, but breaking news, we're about to break some news and raise some money, okay? So let's do this right now. Now listen, the first item that I have for you cracks me up, and I'm gonna use a little music, okay? And when you hear the music, I want you to clap and dance with me. So, the first item is a Patriots game. And you know what, we may have some star power at this Patriots game. Prop the music up for a little bit. Now, whose song is this? Shake, 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 shake. Shake it off. All right. So, first item here is 4 tickets to the New England Patriots game on December 18th, 8:15 at Gillette Stadium. The Patriots are going to crush the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to kill them. Parking is included. You know why we're playing the Taylor Swift song is because Travis Kelce. And who knows? She may be in the stands to see the Patriots play the Kansas City Chiefs, all right? Maybe you'll be shaking it off with Taylor Swift at this game. The value, $496, but if you're a Pats fan, you know these tickets are not easy to get. So we're gonna start right now at $150. And I need you guys to clap, and I need you to bid right now. $150 for these tickets. Where are you? Yeah? Oh, we're already ready. Okay, I see 181. Let's go. It says go up by $50. Come on. Let's go to $300. $300. 262. Let's go to $450. Where are we? 205. Okay, I'll look over here. Let's go to $550. Thank you, 142. Let's go to $650 right now. $650. Where are you? $650. Where are you? 205. Thank you. Let's go to $750. 262. Thank you. I see your hand. Come on. Let's go to $850. Come on, shake it off. Oh, I love you. 142. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's give it up. Let's go to $950. $950. Where are you for these tickets? Come on, we're helping EVkids, everybody. We're at $850. Let's go to $950. Come on, you may bump into Taylor Swift. You may be on the stage with Taylor Swift soon. Come on. $850 right now. Let's go to $950. Let's go to $950. Where are we? Going once. Going twice. Sold for $850. Thank you so much. 142. Thank you. All right, let's see our next item. Thank you so much. Okay, our next one is, you know how you just want to get away and you want something really nice, you want to say something really nice? I've actually stayed at this next location. We were auctioning off a long weekend New Hampshire getaway, 3 nights at a beautiful location, magical. Just think, folks, you bring your whole family up. It's a log cabin chalet in New Hampshire. Views of Lake Winnipesaukee and the White Mountains. It sleeps 10 people comfortably, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, nearby attractions in Weirs Beach, Gunstock Mountain, and outlet stores. And I have to tell you, just think about this as you get it together with your table. Just think, maybe you get your girlfriends together. I know that table back there. Think about it. Get your girlfriends together, get your couples together, and have a beautiful 3-night getaway. There's shopping. Less than 2 hours from Boston. The value here is $3,000. We're going to start at $600. $600 we're starting at with the minimum raise of $200. Okay, let's see $600. Thank you so much at $157. Let's go to $800. $800. $139. Thank you so much. Let's go to $1,000. Can we do $1,000? $196. I thank you. Let's go to $1,200. $1,200 at $207. Thanks so much. Let's go to $1,400. $1,400, everybody. Where are you right now? We're at $1,200. Let's go to $1,400. Thank you. Again, it sleeps 10 comfortably. It sleeps 10 comfortably. So if you put that together, everybody's just chipping a little bit. We're at $1,200. We're at $1,200. We're going to $1,400 right now. You in the corner? Oh, thank you. The lights are blocking me. Let me see your number. Let me see your number. Let's give it up for $245, everybody. Thank you. $1,400. Thank you. Thank you. Now we gave it up for her. Now we want to bid against her. Let's get to $1,600. $1,600. Where are you? $1,600. We got $1,400. We need $1,600. for a 3-day getaway, sleeps 10 people comfortably. We have $1,400. $1,400, we need $1,600. $1,400 going once? No, going twice? We're at 14, we need 16. 14, we need 16. It's sold to $245, bravo, yeah. Okay, so next up right now is item number 3, a VIP Red Sox experience at Fenway for 4. These are really great tickets. Get ready, folks. Get your paddles, get your program books ready. It's Field Box 26, Row J, seats 1 through 4. Access to the Royal Rooters Club. Reserved parking is included. Now, the parking alone is worth $1 million, especially at a Fenway game. So reserved parking is included to be used for a mutually agreed upon date in either April or May of 2024. Because you know sometimes when you go to a Red Sox game, it's so cold out there, but this is perfect. April or May, you pick the day with the donator, and it's VIP Red Sox experience Fenway for 4. We're gonna start, and the value is priceless. Here we go. Let's start we're starting at $250. All right, 205, thanks so much. Okay, $200, we're going to $250, we'll go to $350. $195, thank you. Let's go to $450. $450 right now. Thank you, $262. Come on, we're at $450. Let's go to $550. Come on, let's go to $550. $139. Thank you so much. $139. So now we're going for $650. Good. Hey, I need some clapping. Let's get this energy going. Yes. We're at $550. We're going for $650. This tickets for 4 Red Sox VIP experience. We're $262. Thank you so much. So Diana, you did $650 just now? Is that what you did just now? $650. We thank you. Okay, we're looking for $750. I could have said you did $2 million. Yes. Right. No. Okay. $650. We're now going to $750. $750 for it's 4 tickets. Parking included. VIP experience. Talks amongst your friends. I see you guys talking over there. Think about it. I'm going to come back to you. Don't get nervous. You're still winning. Yes, $650. We're looking for $750. $750 in this corner right here. $750. $750. We're at $650. $750. $650 going once. $650 going. I'm looking at you. Think about that. No, you sure? You sure? Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do. $650 going once. $650 going twice. Sold for $650. Yeah. All right, something really awesome. Something really awesome. Shh. Now listen, you're looking for a vacation? Cape House for a week. Cape House for a week. A charming family retreat in West Hyannisport. Minutes from the beach, sleeps up to 6, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. I feel like we could jam more people in there for 3 bedrooms, but you said sleeps up to 6. Summer 2024, May through September. The value is $2,800. I think that's even a low value here. We're starting the bidding at $500. We're raising it by 200. My math is really going to be challenged because I should be asleep right now. All right. So we're starting at $500. $125, thank you so much. Let's get to $700. $700. $136, thank you. I appreciate that. Good job. Let's hit the energy. Come on. All right, $700. All right, let's go to $900. $900 at $157. That's you? Thank you so much. Thank you, $157. All right, now we're at $1,100. $1,100 for this next. Am I seeing 1,100? Oh, whoa. Okay, I'm coming to you, both you guys right there with these. Now, Lexi, I'll give it to you because you just spoke. $226, but $125 is standing strong. So you're at $1,100? Do you want to do $1,300? $125 is, sister. Mercedes, I love you, thank you. You're now at $1,300 right now. Lexi, what's up? Okay, we're at $1,300. Are you at 1,500? 136 is at 1,500. Okay. Oh! 15. Now we want to go to 17. 125 is looking at you because you know the value. Yes. 125 is like 17. All right, who wants to do 19? Well, 262 coming through. 262 coming through. All right, so we're at 19. I love it. So whoa. Let me get my math right. Again, I go to bed at 7 o'clock normally, so I'm wrong. So you were at 19. So now we're at 21. You still know it's a good deal. It's all right. We'll ignore that. So we're at 2,100. At what number are you? What's your number right now in the back of your program? 125. $2,100. $2,100. Are we doing $2,300 for this? It's for, well, listen, I love Mercedes, but I love EVkids, so okay. So we're looking at $2,300 right now. Can somebody do $2,300? Oh, 181! 181 came through, 2,300. All right, Mercedes, I'm looking at you. That's 25? Mercedes is gangster over here, all right? You don't play with me. So 2,500. Are we looking at 27? It's still a ridiculous good deal. 27? Are we looking at 27? Who put this together? Could we do a package for two? All right, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to work it. All right, we're looking at 27 right now. We're at 25. We're looking at 27. Anybody want to come through with 27? Just think it's a week on the Cape. Is that the number? Wait, hold. Don't quote me. Hold on. Oh yeah, quote me. Cape House for a week. All right. So we're looking at 25. Are we at 27? Can we do 27? 25 going once. 27! Mercedes came back at 29. You don't mess with Mercedes. All right. 29. Just think, I mean, the value was $2,800, so 29 is still really good. All right, so 29 plus 2, 3,100. Can we do 3,100? 3,100, so 29 going once, 29 going twice. Sold 29! Mercedes! Bravo! Okay, let's continue it right now. Here we go. So maybe you didn't get the Cape House, but maybe you want to travel to Paris. How about that? I got something for you. Think about that. Paris. This is unbelievable. Here we go. Shh. I want you to hear this. The Old World Paris apartment for a week. Oh, here we go. 7 nights at a large one-bedroom apartment in the 15th. Now, shh. I want to get this correct. I want to say it right. And I don't speak French. Mary Claude earlier said congratulations to me, and I said, what'd you say to me? And so it's, stand up, Danny, you have to help me. All right, let me say this right. I came over to you earlier, and I forgot how you told me to pronounce it. 7 nights at a large one-bedroom apartment in the 15th
Arrondissement.
Arrondissement, yes. Floor-to-ceiling views of the Eiffel Tower with balconies. Sleeps up to 4 people. A queen bedroom, living room, pull-out couches, 2 baths. Value priceless. We're going to start at $600 for a 7-night stay in Paris at an apartment. We're starting right here, $248 for $600. Let's get the energy going. Come on, guys. Yes. Yes. $600. I'm looking for $800. 181, we got $800. I'm looking for $1,000 right now. Can we get $1,000? 192, $1,000. I'm looking for $1,200 right now. 226, $1,200. I'm looking for $1,400. 181, $1,400. I'm looking for $1,600. 130. What's your number? 139, 600, what are we at, $1,600? I'm looking for $1,800. 181, $1,800. I'm looking for $2,000. $2,000. 136, $2,000. I'm looking for $1,800. Is that where we are? $2,200. You guys are helping me out. Listen, my brain is applesauce right now. $2,200. 226, I see you. I see you, 226. Good job. So we're at $2,200 right now. I'm looking for $2,400. 181, nice job. Okay, so we're now at 26. I'm looking for $2,800. $2,800. 262, I love you. Thank you so much. All right. So we're at 26? 3,000. Thank you, Eric. I'm sorry. I should be asleep. $3,000 right now. Here we go. $3,000. Where are we? Where are we? $3,000 for a 1 week stay, an apartment, a gorgeous floor-to-ceiling Eiffel Tower view in Paris. We're looking for $3,000. 181 coming through. Thank you so much. $3,000. We're looking for $3,200. $3,200 right now. $3,200. Where are you for this trip to Paris? 262. $3,400. $3,400. We want to go to Paris. Do you want to go to Paris? $3,400. I'm looking at you, 181. 181! Thank you. All right, so we're at $3,400 right now. We're looking at $3,600. $3,600. Can we do it? $3,600, 1 week to Paris. Come on, come on, here we go. $3,400 going once. $3,400 going twice. Sold to 181! Yeah! Is that it? Is that all? Oh no, we're all done. Good, give yourself a big round of applause. That was wonderful. Oh, that's great. All right, allow me right now, everybody. Allow me right now to introduce you to an EVkids graduate from 2006. This is really special. Please give your attention up here. Shh, thank you. Allow me to introduce you right now to an EVkids graduate from 2006 and now an EVkids parent. Her name is Pilar Delgado. Pilar's journey through the program from camp to tutoring truly exemplified the theme of this year's gala, Ready to Launch. Give so much love to Pilar Delgado, everybody. Yeah!
Thank you, LaToya. I have to lower this mic. I'm about 4 feet shorter than her. First, I just want to thank the EVkids organization and the Thompson family for inviting me to be here with you guys tonight and to talk about something that's so important to so many of us in the room, but is very near and dear to my heart. A little bit of background info. I am a second-generation EV kid. My father was among the first of campers who went to Vermont. And to LaToya's point, I'm now an EVkids mom. My son is, I don't know how many third-generation families there are, but he's very proud to be a third-generation EV kid. I started my EV journey as a young teenager. My parents had just separated. We were kicked out of our family home. I was experiencing poverty. And I started first with camp. So I went for my first session at camp as a 13-year-old who was angry at everything and anything. I was removed from my home during summer vacation, and I was dropped in the middle of Vermont, where I had no access to electronics, my friends, and we were going to be hiking, acting out Bible verses, and I shared a room with 6 other girls. What could go wrong, right? I was not a happy camper. And I constantly tried to recreate the chaos that I myself was used to. If you've been to EV camp, you know that it's really hard to misbehave at EV camp, but I found a way. I refused to make bracelets at bracelet making time. I would not swim. And for all the times that I tried to misbehave and act out, one of the things that sticks out to me the most is Mary Claude's unwavering support to me. No matter what I did, I never got her angry, and it made me so angry. If you've been involved with EV as long as I have, you probably don't remember when Mary Claude didn't have white hair, but I promise you it got whiter that summer. What I did in that summer and the experience that I had really set a big change in my life going forward. I started with tutoring the year afterwards, and EVkids was consistently the only reliable source of any kind of consistency that I had in my life at that time. I showed up every Thursday from 4 to 6 for tutoring. At this point, I'd left my parents' home. I was living with an aunt who herself was an EV kid, and the only rule that I had in that house was to make sure that I showed up for tutoring, so I did. And I know Lauren's here tonight. We talked about this a little bit earlier. My memory of Lauren is her being so tiny behind a minivan with this ragtag group of kids. I mean, she picked me up consistently from home and brought me to EV tutoring. It was like a job to me, and it was a job that I enjoyed. LaToya brought up, too, about how we were driven back and forth to testing. When I couldn't afford a bus, Lauren was there at 7 o'clock in the morning to take me to Catholic school exams. Somebody from the EVkids organization would sit outside and wait for me to finish my test, asked about it at the end of the day. My tutor, who was a freshman at Harvard when I met her, was aghast that I didn't know what SATs were. So she practiced SATs with me so much. And in fact, I ended up getting the highest SAT score out of anybody in my graduating class. Yeah. It was the EVkid organization that made sure that I was applying to colleges, made sure that I was applying to colleges that I didn't think I could get into. I got into a couple of them. It was the EVkids organization that worked hands in hands with my college guidance counselor. Neither of my parents made it to my high school graduation, but Mary Claude was there. And she hosted us at her house afterwards for a reception where my sister said she had the best potatoes that she's ever had in her life. EVkids didn't just help me find a flame within me and light this flame, but maintain that flame. I'm 35 now, you'd never guess, but when I get promotions and I post about them on Facebook, Brian and Eric are among the first people to congratulate me. This is something that I've been doing my whole life, and this is something that I will do my whole life. Now I'm an EV parent, which is so weird for me to say. My son is 15. He just finished his second year in camp, his third year in tutoring. And when I first mentioned that he was going to be going to tutoring, he who is so different from me, he's quiet. He's pensive. He has a photographic memory about anything science and map related. He reminded me, well, I'm a genius. I don't need to go to tutoring. And maybe support for my son looks a little bit different. Maybe my son doesn't need to be driven back and forth to these tests. Maybe he has the money for bus trips. But if something's good, does that not mean that we shouldn't make it a little bit better? With his tutor's guidance, my son's AP bio grade has gone from a C+ to an A+. The best homework that he passes in is the day after his tutoring session because his name is written on it, punctuation is right, everything is thought out, he shows his work, and that's all with the help of his tutor. So not every EV kid has a sad story. Not every EV kid has a happy story, but we all have a journey that begins with EV kids at a young age, and I can honestly say, from my own experience, from my father's experience, my aunt's experience, my son's experience, it lasts a lifetime. And for me, my aunt, LaToya, people who show up consistently to serve for this organization that continues to serve for us today, that is a small price to pay for the endless support that we get from this organization. You know, when you make donations, and tonight I just want to say how much I appreciate all of your bids on the silent auction. Sometimes you hear Sarah McLaughlin singing in the back of an animal control commercial that your donation will feed a dog for a year, or maybe that you've clothed a child in a third world country for 6 months. But when you bid tonight, your donation to EVkids lasts a lifetime, and I'm a testament of that. Thank you so much for every contribution that you've made. I promise no amount is insignificant. My son will be up here in 20 years telling the same story, I'm sure. And thank you, really, from the bottom of my heart. I promise that you've made a difference today. Now to the after party.
I think we just found our next host. Give it up for Pilar Delgado. You are exceptional. Bravo. Wow. I don't know if you heard my crazy cackle. You were cracking me up. You are so good. So good. All right, everybody. So we did a great job with the paddle raise. We've done a really good job with the live auction items. That was perfect. But as you heard from Pilar just now and the generations, we just want to end this night on a really strong note. So I'm hoping that you will help me right now. Maybe you didn't win your auction item. That's okay. Or 181, you've been going Mercedes. I mean, you guys didn't joke around when you were bidding at each other. But tonight, right now, I just want to also hope that you guys will step up in this way. And I look to you, I get funny asking people for money sometimes, but the reason why I don't get funny at this event, and it gets me emotional because, so every year my mom, who has 7 kids, would come to this event. And she'd come and she'd sit right there. And my mom was a teacher, but sometimes she didn't work. And my mom passed away in 2022. So when she would, unexpectedly, she was 61. And super young, it was a surprise if she died in her sleep. But when she would come here, whether she had $100 or 2,000, she would always give in the auction. So this is not a sob story, this is a call to action. I'm challenging you right now to please, to push yourself, to give what you can, and to step up for EVkids. In the name, I do this in the name of my mom. You do it in the name of all the beautiful kids, that Destiny and Nadia and all the beautiful kids of EVkids. So thank you for that. Tonight you are collectively raising more than 15% of the funds for EVkids. Love you. So, what you're going to raise right now is going to help the whole year long. Need to make up 150 academic mentoring matches to run tutoring at 4 in-person sites and 1 virtual site, to bring dozens of kids to camp to Vermont for respite and adventure, to support 25 college success mentoring pairs, and to support volunteer tutors and mentors as they explore what service means. Can I get somebody's napkin? Your tickets, your sponsorship. Thank you, George. I love you. My mom loved you, by the way. Your tickets and your sponsorship and donations have already raised $196,000. Those of you at home can click on the donate and ticket buttons above me or my left. Those of you here at the Charles can do 3 things. You can hit the donate button right on your phone. If you haven't logged into the auction site, hold up the back of your programs high for one of the volunteers. They'll come and they'll stand next to you and help find you. Okay. Eric also just reminded me, this is important, that all the donations made tonight will be matched dollar for dollar by a Mass Mentoring Partnership matching grant. So we have some work to do. Okay. I will start with the highest amount. Let me ask whether anyone here has been inspired and can give $3,000. $3,000. Thank you so much. 218, 152. Thank you. Anybody else? $3,000. Thank you. $3,000. Thank you. We appreciate that. Okay. Well, I'm supposed to tell you, a gift of $3,000 sponsors a tutor tutor for a semester, providing support for a young person to grow and build lasting relationships that gets them ready to launch their dreams. So thank you so much for that. A gift of $2,000. Anybody, can they donate $2,000 right now? 262, Diana, we thank you for that. Thank you. Anybody else? Lou, 152, thank you so much. Anybody else? $2,000. Well, just to let you know, a gift of $2,000 supports a camp counselor at EVkids camp for the summer. What a gift. Thank you so much again. A gift of $1,000 supports a tutor TT day on campus for 40 kids at $1,000. 205, thank you so much. 143, thank you so much. 104, thank you so much. 218, thank you, thank you. 105, thank you, George, so much. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Wow. All right, a gift of $500 can send an EV kid to Vermont for a week of camp where they can build character and learn the value of community living and caring for the environment. $500 can also fund college move-in expenses for a first-generation EV kid college attendee. $500. 139, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. 109, thank you. 109. 101, thank you. 122 in red, thank you so much. And 124, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. 157, thank you so much. $500. Thank you. Okay. A gift of $250 can send a high school junior or senior on a college visit as they get ready to apply to colleges. $250. Can anybody donate that amount? $250? 266 right in front of me. Thank you so much. $250. Another one. You know what? The lights are blinding me. I'm looking at 106, 116, 148, and 208. Give it up for them. Thank you so much. 261. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. A gift of $100 can provide school supplies for a student for a year, or a graphing calculator. Remember how expensive they are as they move into advanced math and science. A gift of $100. Thank you. Look at you raising your, thank you for your paddle. Thank you so much. Okay, let me call your numbers. Let's keep the energy going. We're looking at 213, 207, 189, 151, 169, 117, 222, thank you, 222, 227, thank you so much. 255, thank you so much. 248, thank you. 176, thank you. Now in the back, can you stand up? I can't see a thing. What is it? 250, shout out to you, 250. 136, thank you very much. 126, thank you, thank you. 122, thank you so much. Is it 195 back there at the cool table? 195, thank you, thank you. 119, thank you so much. And 129, thank you so much. And 174. What, and 111? 111 and 174, shout out to you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. And you too. Thank you, Robert. Thank you. All right, everybody, don't be shy. A gift of any amount tonight will get us closer to our goal. So if you, remember, we texted you that link. If you could donate even on your phone, you don't want to shout out anything, we appreciate you. Either way, we're so close to our goal. And any gift that you make before 11 o'clock tonight will help us hit that goal. Sorry, Eric, you want to jump in? Okay.
No, I want to talk to you.
Excuse me. Talk amongst yourself. Hold on. We have an anonymous gift, number 254, $10,000. Wow, your generosity just blows us away. Thank you, every single person in this room. You see how it makes us cry? I told you we'd cry, you know? It's just beautiful. Okay, I don't know what the script says. I can't see, I'm crying. Please join me right now in welcoming Lou LaRocca, EVkids Board Chair, to the stage. Thank you all so much.
So first of all, I want to ask for a big round of applause for LaToya for the fantastic job that you did tonight. Quite simply, you're a superstar. Your devotion to this organization goes beyond. I know you would say that you're just giving back what the organization gave to you. I know I feel the same way. I know so many people in this room feel the same way, but we're all just so grateful. And year after year, you've been here and you've been so dedicated and you lead us with such passion through this evening. And you bring the right energy and you get the most out of this group who all come here ready to support. And with your leadership, we did a fantastic job tonight again. There's been a lot of personal stories told tonight. I got to hear my beautiful wife, Rajani, with her story, which I've heard before, but not in these exact words tonight. I'm really glad that I didn't see any rehearsal of the speech tonight, and I was sitting there crying along with a lot of people, I think, when you did that. Pilar, you and I have never met. That was the greatest speech I ever heard in my life. That was fantastic. I love it. I love it. So I'm Italian. I'm guessing from your name you may not be Italian. You just feel like family. I don't know. You must have like some tiny amount of Italian in you. I knew it. I knew it. It was there in the DNA. I could just tell. So one of the things that LaToya and I have spoken about recently, I know, LaToya, when you lost your mom, you and I spoke, and I had lost my dad a year earlier to COVID, and it was obviously a difficult thing. And the only reason I bring that up is because it's been a night of storytelling, and when I've always thought about EVkids and when I've spoken about it, and even when I've spoken at things like our moving on ceremony where we have our high school graduating seniors getting ready for college, and we talk about some of the same themes, Rajani, when you talked about belonging, we talked about what they're preparing for and where they're going to go, and never forgetting where you came from, but knowing that wherever you go, you belong there. And the thing that I always tell them is that my dad was the first person in my family to go to college. And he raised me and my brother expecting to go to college. That's certainly not how he was raised, and I think he surprised everyone, including his own parents, when he expressed that intention to go to college, and he really had to find his own way, and he had to figure it out for himself, and by opening that door, he made it so that for me, it was just something that I kind of took for granted. I always knew that I was going to go to college because that's what my parents had as an intention for me and as a hope for me, and they laid that ground right in front of me so that I could just follow those steps. And so when I talked to those kids, I said, you know, somewhere in your future, if you choose someday to have a family, there's the next generation and the one after that and the one after that that's going to look to you as the one that opened that door. As was said earlier today, the college kids that come out of this program, generally speaking, are the first in their families to go. Or they might be one of several siblings, and it's that group of siblings that together become the first to go in their family. So when you're giving to this program, what you're helping to achieve is within these families, the entire trajectory that will last for generations is changed at that moment when that kid makes that step and is able to open doors for themselves. Not that college or a college degree magically makes everything in your life right, but it opens up possibilities that maybe when you were younger you didn't imagine, but now those doors are open. And you can walk through that door and you can know that you belong, and you'll have your struggles and you'll have your moments where you're not sure of yourself and all of that. The fact that we have a college success program to help those kids finish what they start even more makes me just so immensely proud. So again, I want to thank everyone who is attending here in person or virtually, everyone who gave tonight. I want to reiterate Eric's thanks to the staff, to the tutors, to the volunteers, to all of the kids, to the parents that support them. I want to thank, from the bottom of my heart, Marie Claude and Brian for everything that you did to create this program. It is just an unbelievable gift to all of us. And lastly, I want to thank my dear friend Eric Thompson, who it's an absolute pleasure to be your wingman. That's my goal, is to do the things that I can do to support you. For those that don't get a chance to see Eric every day in action, just the way in which he leads us forward, the vision, the execution, you very, very rarely get both of those things in a leader. We have that in Eric. Eric has assembled an astounding board. I want to thank everyone on that board, but Eric is the one that brought us together and inspires us every day to do this good work. So, Eric. So with that, as the last person standing between you and one last cookie and the ride home, I will just say thank you once again. It's never too late to press the button on the phone. It's that easy, by the way. But I want to thank everyone for their generosity and for supporting us, and I really look forward to seeing you all again next year. Thank you so much.
All right, did you have a good time? You guys are really loud and fun. I love hanging out with you. Okay, so please join us right now through the reception area for the after party featuring a dance floor, a live DJ, and the just most awesome DIY ice cream sundae bar. Coffee and baked goods are also available. And I want you to know that we will see you, get ready for next year. See you back here next year. Get your phone out. Put it in your calendar right now. November 9th, 2024. We'll see you back here for another gala. Have a beautiful night. See you at the dance party. Thank you.